Welcome back to the Daily Hunt. I'm Henry, and today we're also going to be covering our overall market analysis. As we always do, we're going to be talking about stocks, commodities, and crypto. We're going to be mainly covering stocks and crypto. As always, there are some opportunities in commodities, which I've been discussing in the last few daily analysis. And here we are. And we've just had the interest rate reduction yesterday, which I want to cover a little bit as well. And generally what I've been buying and looking into positioning myself in post the Fed decision, as well as how I'm structuring my portfolio moving forward. So there's a lot of things we will be covering here today. Like always, we start with analysis of the markets, then we go into my portfolio and what I've been buying and selling. And then we go into some new ideas and opportunities that we're looking at in the markets as well. So let's get right into it. I'm going to share my screen here. Just bear with me one moment. Right, so you guys will probably see that we're looking at Bitcoin at the moment, but we will move on to the S&P 500. The first thing I want to cover here is the US 500, because I use this one to analyze pre-market. I used to analyze the situation prior to the market opening in the US, and at the moment we are seeing the US 500 on capital.com. Not an affiliate. I don't do affiliate marketing of any sorts for any broker, but we're looking at this one and we can see that today we are up 0.77% in pre-market. So this should mean that we're going to open on the S&P 500 probably higher here. And if we look at the US 500, we had a bounce yesterday on the sell-off on the 10 EMA, and then we moved up higher. So if we go to the S&P 500 chart, yesterday we had this bounce. Today we should be having another break above the midpoint of this channel, and hopefully we can push to about K or a little bit higher. I've mentioned it before. This is the level that I've identified since December, January of last year. And we are finally hitting this level as we're grinding up higher here in what everybody's calling a dull market. But for me, it's been fantastic. So we've had opportunities in individual stocks that we've picked. Yes, the S&P is a dull market, but we've had some good opportunities in tech and rotations that have happened in the markets. But overall, this is my analysis on the S&P. I expected this dip, and now that we've had the dip, potentially we have a move up higher. We have to watch this zone here. So I'm going to just add an alert right here. If this breaks, we should worry about this structure breaking on the channel, and we have other levels such as 6.3K, and then we have 6.2, and this gap fill here, if I just identify here, around 6K. So we have three zones that we can hit, but at the moment it's looking very bullish. It's looking pretty good. Let's see now the NASDAQ. Where are we? Let's go to the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ did something similar, and I'm going to show you guys my portfolio. So the thing here is, yes, the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 were a little bit down yesterday with the volatility and the news. But if you pick well, you're going to do well in the markets, and that's exactly what we did in our Discord community. So if you look at this here, yes, we went to all-time highs. We had the dip around the 10, and this is a retest of this trend line that we've passed again, and we are testing. The structure as well has completely changed here. We could also be looking at potentially a structure like this developing. So we could be seeing some resistance here. This is previous highs like that. Okay, so there's multiple structures here. This is also the midpoint area. So if I draw a midpoint, which approximately is around here on the channel, ascend the channel. There you go. We're around that midpoint as well. So there is a bit of resistance here with the NASDAQ. But even if we get a dip, I don't expect it to be too deep. And again, I'll be adding here an alert on the NASDAQ with the idea that potentially we can break this. But if we look at US 100, it's very important we look at the US 100 because we're seeing pre-market, we're moving up higher here. So we're definitely breaking, in pre-market at least, we're breaking or testing that midpoint on the channel, and we have potential to move up higher. The Russell 2000, we saw a move up higher here, but a bit of a resistance here on the upper part of the channel. And then if we go to the US 2000, let's see what happens there. We are moving again higher. And I think this one has huge upside potential because we're at this all-time high level that we can break, or last year's high, which happened in November, that could break. Yes, we could probably face resistance here, create this kind of a V-shape consolidation here, and then a move up higher, maybe a cup and handle, you could say. Depends on how you look at it. But for me, we have to watch the channel. The channel is the key on all of this. So as you can see here, this sent the channel. I was expecting a bit of a deeper dip and then a move up higher. We have to watch it. Every video I cover the VIX, and I've mentioned that the VIX, for me, these were some key points. Above 15.8, we go a little bit bearish, and that's exactly what we did yesterday. Under 14.6, we are bullish, and we've just tested that zone, and we have potential now that if we break this level on the RSI, just going to place an alert here. Again, if we break this level on the RSI around 44, we move lower, and the VIX moves to 14 to 12, and that is a bullish trend for the market that I think will last maybe 1 to 2 weeks if we break that level with momentum. So we just have to watch that. Look, it's looking positive at the moment that we might be doing that, but you know, it is a 50-50 coin flip every day, and we just have to monitor the situation and manage our positions as well as we can. So far, so good with our analysis and where we're positioning ourselves. So yeah, the VIX is showing me this, and I think we probably get this move down here. And this is the final day that we have to decide. Today and tomorrow we decide, and then next week we have to get some follow through, whether that's up or down on the VIX. And if we move up higher, the fear kicks in, and if the fear kicks in, we get a sell-off in the markets. So that's what I'm watching. This key level on the VIX breaking up and breaking again. We broke it today. I just got an alert a little bit earlier, so very, very positive here overall. Now let's go into my portfolio. I will go into my... Let's just pause the sharing for just one moment. Okay, we'll just pause this sharing for one moment, and we're going to get into me setting up my Discord so I can show you guys my performance so far with my portfolio. And then we're going to go into some new ideas. All right, so where is the portfolio? These are open positions. Let's open this and then get ready to share again my screen. So entire screen, boom, done. And here we are with the situation with my portfolio. As you can see here, we've had some big moves on these Chinese stocks, and they keep on moving higher. Yesterday, I think we had about 8% gain on Baidu, around 2% with Alibaba. We had Tesla moving really well yesterday as well. And we had BMNR, which was related to crypto. This one, it's a miner, moving really well. The surprises for me have been Rigetti and QBTS, 38% in just 6 days. I know these move fast, and that's the reason why I traded them. The risk-reward ratios were quite high, and it was one of the reasons why I shared these as well in the Telegram and my Discord group. So yeah, they moved really well. And then we had BBAI, AMCH moving well, and some other ones as well. We just bought a few AMD and BIPC. BIPC is a natural gas company, and if you've watched my previous videos, you would know that natural gas to move up higher about 30 to 40% during this season. So that's the reason why I'm positioning myself in that one. And then AMD, just because I think semiconductors could rotate back into semiconductors very, very soon. And that's another reason why I bought that. Meta, Snapchat also moving well. And CRNT, which was a trade I took on the 17th, which is just 2 days ago, moving well here as well. I will say this here. I've just opened the Discord group to novice traders, or a community within the group, which is called Novice Traders. In Novice Traders, you get my macro and market analysis every day. You get me sharing ideas, and you also get my watch list. Most of these ideas, you see them here, most of the trades I've taken in open positions that I share openly and transparently in my community are shared on the watch list. So if you want to join the Novice Trader program, just follow the link in the description of this video. It's just £5 a month at the moment, because I'm doing an offer for the first 100 members, and then we're going to be increasing that to £15 a month, because I think you guys are getting real value here, especially you guys that know how to trade a little bit and want just new ideas to look at. I handpick these every day. So today we have Adobe and CrowdStrike moving really well. So I don't trade all of them. I trade the best ones, but when I screen, these are the ideas that I have. And then we also share one top idea a day for crypto and for stocks. Now, with that covered, let's get into analyzing the markets again. I want to go into Bitcoin, and I want to go into commodities. I want to go into crypto overall, okay? Not commodities. Commodities, we'll cover that later. So here we are with Bitcoin. I've mentioned it in the previous videos that for me, we had to break this channel. And at the moment, we're still very, very close to the channel. It can easily go either way. What I would like to see now is either a bounce off the channel, so this trend line on the channel, a bounce here, and then a move up higher, or today, tomorrow, or over the weekend, some momentum kicking in to show this move all the way up here, at least to a head and shoulder pattern on this one to around 120. That would guarantee some profit for myself and my Discord group, and I think the market would love it. We traded around this 114 level, and we've shared this as a key pivot point, as the key moment to enter, and it's been pretty good, solid, stable since then. Just hasn't shown any momentum at the moment, and crypto's in that situation overall. Ethereum consolidating here within this wedge. I would like to see this break above the wedge. Okay, it's crucial that we break, okay, for us to really get some momentum on this one. The pivot point for me was around 4.4k, and that's where I took my trade. And if we fail here on the breakout, we come back down, we have to hold 4.4 again. So I'm probably going to be here around break even if this does a retest. And then I exit around here with the idea of taking a short to 4k and 3.2. That's exactly what will happen if we break this 4.4, 4.3 level, which I have as a level for the short side, okay? And also as a level that I'll be trailing my position and minimizing losses if it does drop down to that level, okay? So very, very clear here. 4.7k needs to be cleared. We have entered around 4.4. If we go back down to 4.4 and 4.3, I would be worried. So we increase this one here to around 4.3 on the trend line, and that's exactly where I would be looking to get out and then probably short immediately. So quickly flip to a short position there, taking this short trade just because the weekly looks a little bit overbought here, and I'm willing to take the risk on if the market gives me the signs here for this breakout, and then a move to the midpoint on the RSI, which is around I'd say we go to around 1K or 2K if we do break that structure there. Okay, that's my opinions on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I also have a portfolio with Ethereum. So I have a portfolio with crypto where I have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano to show you guys some of the trades. We took them around this level here. We're now a little bit in profit. We have Link, which is kind of break even here because we took the trade a little bit higher around here. So around break even here. AVAX moving really well for us, showing real strength here. We are up around 33% non-leveraged. Mana also doing pretty well here, just consolidating around this level, so showing a bit of weakness. EIGEN just shot up today and then sold off immediately. I think it hit a resistance level. I'm holding this for fairly long-term play if the weekly allows it. If you look at the weekly here, we've had a weekly consolidation. We've just broken that level. We've entered really, really early, so we can kind of wait and find out for support to be achieved on the daily. Another bounce up, so maybe we find support around here, and then another bounce to new heights with this one. So I'm willing to wait for this one. And then we have a few other ones like XRP doing pretty well for us. We traded this one around this level here. I just haven't put the drawings. We traded around here. I traded this one on the bounce. So after the dip, I took the trade on the bounce to get a nicer risk reward ratio of about 1:6. Okay, so looking very, very good on that one. TRB, USDT, I think this one could do really well. Just coming out of this bounce area, I would like to see the momentum to continue above 38 or 39. That's the level that I'm looking at on this one. And then, there's a number of other ones which are break even or a bit in loss. I don't really want to go through everything here. You can go and see the previous video and look at some of these ones as well. Okay, that's crypto done. Like I said, if you guys want to see my daily watch list, my market analysis in real time, my macro analysis in real time, my top ideas, 1 or 2 top ideas I share in stocks and crypto, go and join the novice trader community. It is a taster of what is in the apprentice group, which is the fully trained group and the one that sees every single trade that I make with complete transparency in stocks and crypto. So go and join the novice trader, try it out. It's only £5 a month for the first 100 members. If you do cancel, you lose your £5 a month. You can join again on 15 if you want. But after the first 100, and there's only, I think, about 10 or 15 places left, actually, go and join. The link is in the description below. That's all I want to say. And then let's go into now commodities, okay? I was big on gold. I explained to you guys that gold will go to 3.7K, and we hit 3.7K with gold. I've been talking about gold for a very, very long time, breaking above the 3.3, 3.4 level, and then going to 3.7. That's what we've seen. We've hit 3.7, and now I expect consolidation, maybe a little bit of a dip, and then another leg up to, let's see whether another leg up is, potentially to around 3.8. And that's where we'd find significant resistance, especially with the RSI here overbought and gold overall looking overbought, in my opinion. Silver's doing well. As we can see here, silver's also moving well with gold. We've mentioned that before. Nothing new as an opportunity, but the opportunity that I saw in the market was natural gas. And I think natural gas can do well. It is in this kind of consolidation stage before it moves up higher. It could also crash completely. Let's see. But for me, it looks like we need to take 7, okay? So 3.15 as a key level before we move up higher. The shorts here will go in around 2.9. Personally, I think this has to move up higher because of seasonality and other factors. I think commodities might do well. US oil was a big opportunity as well. I do think that this is showing signs of a breakout here. We had the initial breakout. We're having a bounce. And now it's whether we're going to get that follow through in the next few days and weeks for this to move up higher to around 70 and then even 76. The risk reward on this one, it's worth looking at the risk reward as well. The risk reward on this one, if we play, let's say we place a stop loss here, it's probably around 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, as you can see here, depending on where it hits and what target is achieved. The dollar is very, very important as well. We have to monitor the dollar. The double bottom has been a thing that I've been fearful of. And we've just hit that double bottom level. And yes, we can go a little bit lower. That will then take us into a potential bullish divergence here, because we have this lower low on this one. And then we have a higher low on the RSI here, and then a lower low here as well. So we're kind of seeing a bearish divergence. I'll just show you guys. So we have lower low on price, slightly, and we have higher low on the RSI. Bullish divergence. So potentially the dollar could be moving up in the next few weeks. So that could lead to some sell-off or rotations into stable plays and defensive stocks. And so on. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with the dollar there. But it's looking like double bottom / bullish divergent. Okay, I think there's nothing else that we want to cover here today, or that at least I want to cover here today. I think I'll leave it with that. So that was it for me today. Go and subscribe to the channel. You have nothing to lose. I am providing you guys with real value here. I'm a top 15 trader in the US Investing Championship. You can go and subscribe to this channel, like and comment on the video as well if you found it useful. The other thing I suggest is you go and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and other social media such as X. At the moment, I am on holiday, so I don't have too much time to post on all of my social medias, but go and follow. Very, very soon, I'll be back in the UK, and I will be posting my analysis there as well. That's it from me. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow.